Ghost Gaming managed to close it out. It went all the way to overtime, but their road to Odense looked very strong so far. They're not just sat in the #1 spot, but they will be trying to make their way to the grand finals in this lovely technology city where you get the drones, and it's Europe's largest hub for robots and drones in general. We spoke about this already. You say you don't have a drone yet, but I would quite like a drone now. The more I'm thinking about it, I reckon we need one in the studio. I can just play around a bit here, fly it around. We could fly it with like a flag of a team on before the game. There we go.
Wow, cheeky.
See?
Yeah, why not?
That could work out quite well.
Yeah. Or we could be, running into the TVs and then all the lights here.
Yeah,
and
but I'm not very good at it. I could just be breaking very expensive studio equipment. I'll probably get in trouble for that. Yeah,
don't want to do that.
Might want to avoid that. But also, we can't forget to thank Intel, because they are hooking up all of the players to make sure that we perform, capture, and game all in the best way possible. And the team that played in the best way possible was not really either of these two teams, right? Ghost threw away that quite large lead they had there. They had both pistols go their way. They were on 14 rounds for the longest time. But Renegades, they showed great strength and great teamwork towards the end, right? They were trying to pull it back. But once it got to overtime, it just felt like a little bit too much for them.
Yeah, I mean, if we conclude that overtime real quick, first off, the up tempo from Ghost really just felt like it caught Renegades with their pants down.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw rounds where Wardell would just run out of T main. No nades to be thrown into the T main by the CTs. He would get through 5 lane, basically, get a free kill. And he was like behind the bomb train at like 138 mark, basically, of the round. That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, and then you saw them obviously pushing it into bomb side in the last round. So very up-tempo, in-your-face type of Counter-Strike to end things off. But both teams struggle on CT side. That's, I think, kind of... It's a conclusion of that game. And it feels to me like I kind of alluded to before the game, you don't need to have a lot of heavy executes, and a lot of teams don't even rely on them. It's more like grinding. You take over, you make sure you have team main control, you take over ladder, and then you kind of sandwich the CTs, and that's what happened in a lot of these rounds.
I really hope we see the Sabrosa thing where he tries to jump on the bomb. Like, he timed that to perfection. Had he not been killed, he would have ninja defused that, and we haven't seen a ninja defuse in quite some time.
Yeah, it was on knife's edge, if you will.
Literally.
But yeah, a lot of the rounds were super close though. Like, that's another remark to be made here. Towards the tail end of the regulation, there's so many rounds that could have gone the other way, which would have then reset the money for the side that lost the round. And Renegades managed to be on top of that ball game for the majority of it, because would they have lost one of those rounds when they were having their streak, I think this game would have been over. Now, obviously, when you have Wardell, like having, 41 and 18 plus 23 performance on a...
Monstrous.
Yeah, I mean, he was just play lights out. You would expect Ghost to be able to close it out in regulation.
Well, I completely agree with that, and even more so the fact that we speak about Wardell, Sabrosa, and Neptune being the 3 players we want to see a lot of. They're actually the 3 players that did step up. They were performing, but it still wasn't quite enough. And if you're Wardell, you must be thinking, okay, what on earth do you want from me? Because I'm just closing out rounds. I'm taking 3 kills on a regular basis. I'm stopping the pushes come in, and yet we still can't close it.
Yeah, there was a round, like, towards the end of it, though, where when I said, both teams having struggled with CT side, this is the crazy round, by the way, for Wardell. Obviously, this second and third kill is just absolutely nuts. But actually, I think it was after that round where he was like, yes, I'm feeling it. I can do anything.
Yeah.
I am a god. Decides to go Ivy, pushes in, misses his first shot, commits to a second shot. He kills the guy. He kind of needed to, I felt like he needed to fall back after missing that first shot, because you're always going to be in a situation where, at best, you're getting a 1-for-1 trade, unless magic happens. Obviously, there's the odd chance you're going to be able to get 2 kills, but the lightning doesn't strike twice at the same spot that many times, does it? It had already done that, like, 30, 40 some times, right? At that point in time. So if he would actually be playing for his team, what he needed to do was fall back, make sure that he's going to have an exit plan. Simultaneously, you had Steel on number 6 train to close team main. He makes a weird peek. He dies. All of a sudden, we're looking at a 4-3 advantage for Renegades out of nothing, basically out of individuals making these idiotic plays, honestly. And from a team that we praise for being really good in tactical Counter-Strike and kind of thinking the numbers most of the time, it's kind of orthodox from Ghost.
Well, it comes down to what we said in the pre-match, right? We're looking at how Ghost approach the game. They like to be able to do that research, Renegades, and especially this current lineup of Renegades, is not one they can do that on. Going into Cash, though, our next map coming out of it, okay, Ghost, you've edged this one out, but I need to see a lot more for them coming into this game. And I think, at least from Renegades' point of view, they can be quite happy with their performance on train. Obviously, we spoke about the sloppy side of things, but just say, like, okay, look, we're a newer lineup. We're also probably less prepared than what Ghost game will be on a map like train. So going into Cash, if we can pull this off the bag, get a nice early start here, don't allow Ghost there to run away with double pistols, then I think Renegades can say, look, legit, we've got a good chance here.
Yeah, I mean, Cash has definitely been up there in terms of map pool for Renegades for the most part of this existence of this team. But don't forget the fact that Ghost, wrecked MIBR like 16-6. Yes, the caveat is that MIBR, fresh off all the travels and probably not playing 100%, this and that, but still, it doesn't change the fact that they did 16-6 them. So.
And this is the thing, right? In the last 3 months, Ghosts have only played MIBR on Cash, and they've actually only played 3 maps on Cash in the last 6 months. So it's not a gun they're kind of picking into or regularly playing against here. But the fact that they took down a titan like MIBR is direct proof of why you should be very scared of what this roster can do.
Yeah, it's weird, actually. When you think of Cash, it's a map with a lot of the basic elements of Counter-Strike, and you actually see a lot of teams veto it. It's a team that, if you're going for wide map pool, a lot of teams actually, they don't seem to be steering away from it. I'm not sure if that stems from, some teams specializing to it at one point in time, and then a lot of them just thinking, maybe we should steer away from it, and then it becomes a trend.
Well, Launders and Scrawny, you guys are both with us now as I make my way around this. 2 Canadians, Wardell playing so good. I just want to show this off a little bit more. We got the Canada in there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
Sorry, I'm trying to hide logos on the side here.
I was just astounded by your ability to move while we
man.
talk, because we can't actually move. But
You're looking fresh to death, representing.
yeah.
I am. I'll send you the invoice, by the way. You can't touch me for free.
Oh, wow. Okay. He's gone this big boy, London.
But he'll do it for money. Did you hear what he said?
Yes. So basically, you're a stripper.
The equivalent, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Caster
I mean, you're the one who pulled my shirt open, James. I did nothing. It took no effort.
No, I'm very good with my hands.
Yeah.
We take a dark turn on this. I was just trying to show off your proud Canada moment. See, he's just representing well. Wardell, he put up an incredible performance.
What a match by Wardell, man.
Yeah, just insane from him.
Yeah.
Going into Cash, obviously a map that we do often see crazy Wolf action on. If he can keep this up, do you believe Renegades could have a chance of it?
I don't know. How do you stop him sometimes, man?
I remember that MIBR versus Ghost game pretty vividly on Cash, and it didn't come off of the back, I'd say, of like a lackluster performance from MIBR, even though it was a little bit of a struggle. It just came off a crazy good T and CT side. Like the amount of proactive plays we saw Ghost making,
unreal.
It's so I think Ghost, even though they don't play this map, don't necessarily need to play it too often, because I think they're already well versed within it.
They have great.
So I think Renegades on an individual level, more of their players were stepping up to the same level, and that's something that I kind of asked myself, like, can Wardell repeat that experience? And normally you'd say no, but he has been so consistent like that over the last couple of months that I think Ghost could just shut them down here on map 2.
Now, I want to turn a little bit towards Liaz and Gratisfaction. They both showed up in multiple situations. Liaz clutching out a couple of rounds there on that map. We're starting to see them at least come into a bit more form here. So it's a good sign for just the Renegades roster in general.
Yeah, I mean, definitely they need to. I mean, for me at least, I mean, if you look at the numbers of the players from the Australian scene, those were the two that made sense for Renegades to pick up first of all, and very important for them to have that good start and make sure that they're competitive from the get-go. And yeah, so far I think sample size is super small still, but I feel like those are the kind of players that have the potential to be super competitive players in the NA scene at least.
So we've seen already, right, these two are fighting for first and second place here. Ghost take that little edge in it now. Do you reckon we'll see both of these teams make it through all the way, just given what we've seen from already as we're only getting to match 6?
Like Connor pointed out, at this point, Ghosts have played a lot of their biggest targets, and even picking up that last win against Renegades is huge. Got one more map with the Renegades. That's top 3 of 6 teams in Pro League. Renegades have yet to play those teams yet. Yeah. Ghost would be the first one. They technically just lost that, even though it was an OT. They'll have this game to maybe make up for it a bit, but then they still have to play Liquid. They still have to play Energy. They still have to play MIBR. That's potentially 6 losses. You know, easy losses.
And deeper in the season as well.
Yeah,
I think that's
when everyone's better as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is, you know, Renegades, they're no strangers to actually qualifying for LAN finals. I'm pretty sure it was back-to-back seasons where they had to miss the LAN finals because of the overlapping Asia Minor. So it's not like Renegades are surprisingly qualifying to that top six, excuse me.
You definitely got me worked up,
James. You got me worked up. So it'd be no surprise to me if Renegades still managed to make it into the top 6. I think even if they eat those losses versus the better teams, or the higher ranked teams rather, in terms of overall ranking, then they're still going to have enough of a record to move forward. So I think both these teams should be making LAN finals, and but I don't think, a little part of me, I don't think both will be in, say, the top 3. You know, I think Ghost have secured themselves probably a position like that based on who they've beat, but Renegades have tough days ahead. Although what's nice is that they're just looking better and better.
It's true.
Yeah, consistency is key, though. I mean, for Ghost, when they're facing teams that necessarily, you know, you don't think going into the game that they would be a massive threat, gotta make sure you grind out those wins, because, you know, things might slip out of hand easy. If they already dropped the map against United, that's like a borderline game for them. Obviously, it could have easily been a 1-1, which it came out to be, but then you do expect them to win those.
Well, let's find out that it is going to be a 1-1 where Ghost can stretch their lead a little bit further.
We shall find out. Enjoy your guys' break. We'll see you back after Cache.
Cache.
Is that how they say it?
Cache in Australia.
Cache?
Yeah. Rushley says it a little different from other Australians, but Cache, yeah, is what he said.
Is calling someone
you could hear him
from
trying
the UK
so hard to escape his accent.
Is calling a Brit an Australian the same as calling a Canadian American?
I guess it depends. I think it's got to be an individual thing. Like, are you ashamed? Would you be ashamed to be Australian if you're from the UK, or? And I think that's racism at some points.
So let's walk this line finally. You know, it's a good old balancing act.
Yeah, James says no way. That's a cool thing. That'd be a cool thing. I mean, more Australians in the world. They're already they're already secluded from the rest of the world.
See, I think the fun thing about Australians is I think they're similar to Canadians in the sense that I feel like they're generally
Colonized?
Well, yeah, that. But you know, they're pretty positive people. They don't say too much bad. But what's nice is there's that Australian bluntness that Canadians don't quite have. You know, we have passive aggressiveness and just sorry. But
yeah.
You know, I think all of us colonial brothers have some things in common.
We don't drink out of shoes.
That's true.
But
we don't.
Small difference.
What's that thing they eat? Marmalade? I'm kidding. It's just because of the response I got last time I called it.
It sounds like an Australian. Marmalade sounds like an Australian-specific food.
What the hell is it called?
Vegemite.
Vegemite, right? So I called it marmalade. Now it's marmalade. Let's go
that.
down that hole. Just like we'll go through this one. We've got the T side working their way through vent immediately, trying to pressure that B site and call over the rotations. And boy, have they ever! Look at the Renegades come on over. Red Rover. Sabrosa just guns his way through JKS. Never even saw it coming. They have no footing on this bomb site at all.
What are they doing? Okay, bomb gets dropped. He has to make his way up. Oh, gotta be careful about that jump because you lose momentum. And people are waiting for the cross, and it's a hard timing. It's incredibly hard to hit. But if you jump up and then have to start moving again, you can get tagged.
Oh, another Sabrosa. He's got himself 3, and the Gush with the final kill is his. Him and Wardell combining for all 5 in the pistol. Just a clean sweep of that B site.
Is phantasmalistic a word, or is that one of those funny words that people made up for fun?
I mean, phantasmal definitely is. Phantasmalistic, yeah, I think you're
then
shoving too many things together.
Because then it would just be phantasmalistic. Like phantasmal, no?
No.
No?
Maybe,
Phantasmalish?
Phantasmalish?
Kind of phantasmal.
Phantasmally?
Yeah, I think all of these must be true. These are great Scrabble words.
You can call Ghost Gaming phantasmal because phantasmal means to be phantom-like.
Phantom-like. Oh, like a phantasm.
No, like a... Oh, you kill me, Mohan.
Is that like when you phase through things?
Oh, X-ray's not on. Okay, that's why I keep being caught off. Like when JKS got killed in the pistol, I was like, I didn't even see him in that smoke.
Yeah.
Well, now I know why. Because Sabrosa didn't either.
It's after the third map that people start getting busted out.
Someone's got to poke DJ. Not too hard though. He's sensitive.
He's anemic. Wait, is anemic? What's the thing where if you get hurt, you get bruised really easily?
That's not anemic.
Okay, I forgot. It's anemic. Is that an eating disorder?
Yeah.
Okay, it's different then. Because he doesn't... I guess maybe he does if it's Uncrustables. It's always munching down on those.
Ooh, Gratisfaction lucky to be alive with that scout. The only primary up for Renegades as they force into this second round. Just like they did on the CT side of Train. But it's the A-site slain. Other than Liaz strikes from above with substantial damage. Sets up Azur to try and win out on the round, but Steel's prepared for the wrap into A main. So Ghost, sustain. Some losses, and yet still grab a second round.
Mm-hmm. We don't use a lot of ghost puns. What about apparition? That's a good word.
Ooh, that is.
Yeah, but you never get to use it. You used one the last map. I actually think you said Renegades are the ghost. Is there nowhere to be found?
Yep.
We need some more words that are synonymous with ghost.
What do we have? We got Phantom.
Ghastly.
That's a Pokemon.
Yeah, Haunter and Gengar.
Gengar Gaming.
Gengarly.
Gingerly.
Gingerly. Just had some ginger tea.
Yeah.
That Candyman made for me.
Oh boy. Look at the USPs do a little bit of work, but emphasis on little bit. Azur gets himself a second one at least. Hell, it's good enough for a round where you have no business doing anything at all. 7K up for Gratisfaction. That's an op with all the trimmings.
Yeah, I remember watching Steel stream once, just talking about Anticos on Cash like many years ago, and just talking about how like a good way to approach it is just to hang out A main and have your Molotovs and other nades go out into the site while you kind of fight from there for a little bit. Because it's such a wide choke point, you don't get, it's not like one person has to come out and die.
Right.
You can all kind of stand there and wait, and then you have this cover of A main itself and force all the CTs either fall out completely or take damage or come into your angles from very far away.
Rapid round. Look at Neptune go. He's immediately thrown into the A site. Spots the man on top of the red box. That's a simple kill, but the one in quad couldn't be because Liaz has support from Optims. Gratisfaction. Smoke down in a defensive state. Liaz still within this bomb site. What a thorn in their side. He somehow survives all of these confrontations long enough to maintain that man advantage here for Renegades. And the bomb's on the site, but it's not planted. They cannot find Liaz.
What a play from Liaz, man.
That's a round-winning play inside
smokes.
the A site. Wardell should not be given this clutch. There's fire at his feet and death in his eyes. Launders.
What a
Liaz
monster.
won it.
What a monster, dude. That was great. That was so awesome. He dealt with everything. I mean, he only got 2 kills there, but he stopped the wrap. He was totally aware of the push through the smoke. He used a smoke for himself to get him out. It was such a good smoke that he used it for the full 15 seconds and then got a kill after that. And then he was able to isolate Wardell with a Molotov, and he uses 2 flashes. Fantastic. Every nade, every piece of utility he used was great. That really looked like Stewie to me, and like in those very tense situations where they're so chaotic, he seemed to pretty much activate himself.
Yeah.
Become smarter even. Oh, okay. Steel definitely saw that on his screen.
Can't win the duel. As it gets him back. Liaz still within the A site. Sitting on his throne. And I have to say that with the first week of Pro League, when Renegades kind of, took that lead by storm, I was more so impressed with Gratisfaction. Like, there was times where he'd miss some easy shots, but overall his flashiness, his explosiveness, the pace of some of his flicks, like that stuff, immediately I realized, like, okay, this guy's got some skill.
Yeah.
And Liaz, I think, was a little more quiet. But now, at least tonight, we've seen some really sick entries from him. I love the fact that he stayed alive in that A bomb site. Like, those are the kinds of plays where I'm thinking, all right, here's his worth. You know, in high pressure moments, if he's the kind of player to succeed like that, then Renegades are getting more and more tools in their playbook. Jacob and JKS hold down this push. I mean, Ghost Gaming are going nowhere other than the dumpster. 5 out and 5 up. Renegades clean sweep.
And again, a lot of the great stuff that we saw from Ghost was on this T side. They were extremely proficient when it came to entering on sites, but not only that, they had amazing executes. They had a lot of variety in their play. They had plenty of ways to approach both A and B side. I think that this is going to be a tough half for Renegades to win, but they've already gone ahead and shown that they can defend both A and B now. So, going to push Ghost to the limits. Looking very good at the moment.
Oh,
Damn.
free haircuts. defense play. Jacob with a fadeaway manages to find himself another. So a rather flat round coming out from Ghost. Although, even with as little as they had, Mohan, they've picked up a couple kills, and Steel will try a bit more. He's definitely got the time to attempt.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the bomb in their control, he's so far away. Don't know what exactly is going through his head. Certainly, good time to maybe talk about what went wrong, what can go wrong in the future. But here, he's obviously recovered a gun from the other team because he doesn't have armor. The rest of his teammates didn't really invest that much. But he's making his way over. Columbus going into unknown territory somehow adjusts and compensates for the lack of head armor and the aim punch. And wide swing. It's an off shot, missed. Bomb spotted. Flash goes out. It's not good. Still 2 people here, however.
Yeah, to smoke to retrieve. I think that's going to help him in his endeavors. Side throw it wide, and then he's peeking into the 2 Renegades prepared for that. So good attempt, but Steel's cut down. Still 3 casualties versus Renegades in a round where it was just those pistols means that Ghost did a good enough job of, you know, curbing away some of the cash.
Definitely. And they have a buy, potentially. Yeah, not going to have an op, but they're at least going to be able to get a healthy amount of grenades. And Renegades looking very strong at the moment. So what do Ghost Gaming do now? They did A and B on their ecos, on their full buy rounds, I should say. And now do they switch it up and go towards mid? Hang out in the default for a second, see if there's any aggression from the Renegades. We don't know quite yet. Standard state of affairs over at B. Molotov doesn't go quite deep enough to stop the push into vents. Jacob takes some damage, but not enough that it's going to matter all too much. I think he's going to be happy with this now that they have vents control. Don't know if Ghosts are going to decide to molly this out. And I really feel like they're going to focus on trying to do a B split. They've got 1 person in Squeaky, but a main control is not on the docket at the moment, and they're really just letting the clock tick down. But at the moment, Renegades have held on to 4 incendiaries.
3 Molotovs to the other side. Nobody's in a position to actually burn JKS out. And it looked like the B split, but it seems as though they're just going to simplify things and head out towards B main. So not using middle whatsoever, using that A player to try and keep the highwaymen on A site.
I think they're not expecting someone to be inside the vent, but who knows.
Molotov comes down from JKS. I mean, that gives away the trajectory. Poor Jacob sees nothing before he dies. JKS still manages to maintain checkers control. That's a good double kill from him. It's what maintains the man advantage, the favor of Renegades. Bomb in the back of the site. It's going to go down. Steel comes off of it, still with a Galil, but losing more and more health as time goes on. A flashbang's the last piece of utility here for Ghost. And there's only flashes for Renegades too. Once more, we're going to get that burst out from lower door. And the flash will slow it down a little bit. He just shaves the side of Liaz. Now, Kusta's going to have to clutch this. And with the flashbangs, they've gone outwards. Kusta does hit them in the side, but Gratisfaction 1 step ahead of the game. That is a 4th for Renegades as they get their lead.
Well done. Would have been a very weird 1v1 with the bomb planted there anyway, so you got to give it to Renegades. Just hand over fist, take that in the 2v1, and it was a tough round. I liked that hold from JKS was fantastic. The entry was good. Ran through the Molotov, full blind player on the site. Took a little bit of damage, but guaranteed that frag. And then JKS falling out of vents, just a total Hail Mary play. Ends up on a flat angle, pre-fireable, with very low HP, gets 2 kills. So huge credit to him for bailing Renegades out. And now Ghost Gaming will decide to, looks like crisscross smokes in mid. And this is just to pull 1 player down on highway for a second. An eco strategy, very common to do. Don't know if they'll involve a boost in this. It seems like, I guess, Seal will go up here.
And then the booster goes to join the forces on the A site, but by the time he gets there, Launders, they're all dead. They are all dead. They never stood a chance.
Not a chance. Not an iota of a chance.
Iota.
Iota. I don't even know what language we're emulating.
Like Dakota.
Dakota, hey.
Minnesota.
Okay, Midwest.
That's the Canada of the United States, I think.
It is.
Yeah?
Because they're the only, I think they're the only place that says pop. Everyone else says soda.
Soda.
But it's true, they say soda. Without the accent.
Of course. I think I say soda.
Everyone thinks we're crazy for saying pop. Oh, you say soda?
Yeah, pop's an Ontario thing.
Well then, it's just, maybe You know what? Quebec never really was Canadian, so.
Careful, man.
Yeah, careful.
What you say around these parts.
Yeah, we might
Never
literally,
forget,
we might
man.
literally up and leave at any
Oh, the drop down's quick from Steel.
Wow. Slink down there like Spider-Man.
Everybody gets one. That's all it takes with the AK. Goes for the jump peak, spots nothing. Go.
Nice.
Little soft grenade. The entirety of middle here belongs to Ghost Gaming. So their routes are open.
If I could see just the vent pop pulls the rotation back for a slight moment, will that make a difference? No one in Z at the moment, so maybe they can. Oh my God! He was on his way down.
And he got put down. Obviously, Lea's in one of the worst spots to try and hold off the highway play. It's one thing if it's just a single player, but when you've got both Sabrosa and Steel running for you, good luck, good night. Save call from the Renegades as Ghost will cut the lead to just a single round. That mid control comes back to bite Renegades.
It really does. It really, really does. They push that advantage on mid. Very, very well done. Steel does something as simple as breaking open both vents, and the player who was thinking about going to pick up the back Z decides to come back. Thinks, all right, maybe I should just hold B with my teammate. There's no one there to stop them when they go up highway, and Sabrosa hits a most ridiculous kill on Azur as he falls into the site, just jump spotting from a very uncommon position to be jump spotting. A deserter from one faith, cause, or allegiance to another.
That's what a renegade is, yeah. Or that's its first definition. The second definition is just an individual who rejects lawful or conventional behavior. Because I always wondered, why do renegades have the cowboy hats? You know, but now it's because they're just, I realize they're a bunch of desperados.
Desperados. They do what they want. They rob banks.
I cannot wait for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Should be a good title. I think you showed me the videos from it. It looked fantastic. A Desperado, there we go. Definitely a renegade. A Desperado could be a Desperado, huh?
Yep. Certainly. Another fast mid play. This time it's Neptune, and Jacob gets the best of him. But there's another additional player up there. Kratos Faction's lucky to be alive. He just took an op shot to the... who knows where. Kusta clears him with the nade. 4v2. So another fast mid play from Ghost. I had just said how the lack of mid presence from Renegades is what came back to bite them. This time they try to go for that heavy presence, and it's still Ghost who comes out on top.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. Conditionally speaking, that is huge, because now Renegades will be forced to make some kind of alternate adjustment by pushing for map control in either A main or B main, and that means that Ghost should be fully well aware of that. I don't think it's in Renegade's best interest to try to hold mid once again, but that means that Ghost could do both things. They could try to wait for a push on A main or B main, or they can go towards mid, and then they know that not only the Renegades are scared to hold mid, but that they also are not going to have very much money to do so. So next round is going to be more of an anti-eco, but then we'll see a continuation of the strategy in the next round. At this moment, the save from Renegades is very important, so I think you're going to have a bit of loss bonus. Kratos Faction has some money, and Great JKS does as well, so I'm probably going to buy if they save both. If they don't, wouldn't be surprised if we see a save. Bomb goes down quite late. Steel here to lead into Squeaky, and he is on the correct trail.
The old Dusty Trail.
Mm-hmm.
What do you find on that? Renegades.
Oh, just playing angles. That's good enough.
Towards JKS.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
I don't even know what to say with that one, because the smoke goes down. They were so ready with that smoke.
Yeah, anticipated it. Keep their own Molotovs here, Liaz and JKS. I can't remember what Elfish told us. Is it Liaz or Liaz?
I think it's Liaz.
Liaz.
Yeah.
Liaz. Sorry.
I think
It's like learning Azza all over again. You know, that's a
Azza.
There's AZR.
Azza.
Azzer.
Azza. Just gotta think Australian. You think Australian.
You think just gotta think it Australian. Crikey.
Yeah, I know it's Liaz, because ever since he said that, and I'll picture Lee from Tekken.
Never played Tekken.
Good game. Another very difficult game.
Like Counter-Strike.
Like Counter-Strike. Exactly like that. This smoke. The smoke, I love this smoke. Absolutely love this smoke.
The one in deep B main?
Deep B main. Great smoke. I think CT should use it way more often than they do. I think it's very hard to deal with as a T. And even if you don't use it, it just makes the round so much longer. And if you do use it, even if a team split B on you, they have to get through you in Sunroom, and they have to drop out of vents right into your prying arms. Oh, they're pushing to A main. Try to take care of the extremities of the map. Jacob gets the better of Steel and retains control of this piece of the map, but it's the rest of the T's have moved over. Off shot goes off, and it's just 2 left now in B main as 1's left over at mid.
Molotov's down. Flames block the path of Ghost Gaming, but also going to disrupt the defense within the bomb site. Bomb yet to make its move. I think with 30 seconds, you still have a bit of a chance for Subroza to come in from behind. And if he takes his time, he could actually catch the Heaven Man as well. But now that player's moved forward, so Subroza is going to have to run in. 20 seconds, and the entirety of ECT is pretty much here in the B site. Subroza and Wardell separated in both directions, therefore the op will save. That is Renegades in the lead.
I really don't mind the... man, I wonder if that was the best target he could have killed, but he didn't know if there was someone actually in Heaven. So, you know, grabbing that frag was important. I think if there was more time left on the round, he maybe would have taken more time to scout his options out, because the player in CT is not that threatening to his teammates. And then he threw a good Molotov. I like that one to the back checker box where a lot of people end up going, especially after there's teammates, I think, Molly default. But not enough time there at the end to really just do things carefully, to really be meticulous, to have an immaculate entrance.
Fine-tuned execution. A smooth soiree. I want to see another Lias clip from back here in quad.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Give me some smokes. He's got one of his own. If you no, he doesn't. Excuse me. He's just got fire.
Or he's gonna kill someone, take theirs, and use it.
Oh, the old boost to get the man off. What'd you call that? Sugar cube?
Sugar cube.
White
That's
box?
what Semler used to call it.
Ah.
Good caster.
Yep.
Sugar cube, marshmallow. That one I made up. You won't really call that marshmallow, I don't think.
No. You've taken it too far.
And then white box.
You can call the silo and nuke marshmallows.
That's what it was called in Source.
Yeah.
Twinkie in 1.6.
Sauce.
Are you a saucer?
What's that?
A sorcerer?
No.
Source player.
I'm not a sorcerer. We said we wanted to see Liaz. Look at him go. He's already mopped up 2 frags, and it didn't take a smoke, Wanders. It just took some crisp aim. Azza with 1, but Wardell's op finally finds some impact. I feel like Wardell's been kind of in the back lines of these executions, as opposed to really trying to crack them open. We've seen the riflers running forward and Wardell supporting, but that's not quite what was happening on Train. No, he was more of the front runner. Now he's being nullified, no longer dropping a 40 bomb in OT.
Yeah, he's all out of gas potentially. Maybe he doesn't like cash too much. Maybe he's just not being used properly in the executes. Maybe, definitely always struck me as a type to, like, you know, want to follow orders for the sake of just what the overall game plan is. Seems like a good person to have if you have a strong leader. But I don't know what maybe he's not being aggressive enough. Could be. Cash welcomes it. If you're feeling uncomfortable, definitely consider this.
I feel the time we found him with the most impact was when he was trying to support that fast mid play. You know, he was able to boost up with everybody else. He lays down the cover.
That's a
Whoa! Liaz. Gun gets away from him. There's just so many targets, and a dink through smoke puts Azur on a hairline of HP. Luckily for Renegades, they have managed to get the player on the counter boost. So with that, it's the 3v3. But 4 players tagged up here, 2 per side. Bomb plant, not yet down, and JKS is going to prevent this. He knows there's another man in the side of quad. That steal just executed now, and it falls onto Subroza. An ump and a Molotov, minute 10 to play off of, and if he strikes them before they realize that he's actually not nearby, then maybe he picks up all these kills, but it's such a tall order, such a huge ask. So he only gets 1 before Jacob blasts him back. Renegades with an 8.
Thought that Ghosts were going to take that one. And Ghosts do have a pistol to their name. Was a key point for them on Train, which really seemed like it was going to be Renegades map. So could be the tail of the tape for them again if we go into the second half that they pull this out, because overall it seems like Renegades have been much more consistent, much more dominant in their wins on Cash CT side so far, looking very good. I mean, this is crazy because it really felt like Ghost was going to become, or Cash was going to become a home map for Ghost with how good they were versus MIBR on it. I was like, it was just unbelievable how much cool stuff we saw, and Renegades seem to be having no problem stopping it. The one place in which Ghosts are able to get anything going is at middle, and so maybe they can try to pry it open one more time and then go from there. But apart from that, their straight up site executes or even their ecos are not netting them any wins. What are you thinking about, Connor?
Thinking about the fact that Renegades haven't picked up a pistol this entire series now.
Yeah.
So they'll get
We got one more chance.
yeah, that's why it's still impressive they managed to hang on. And luckily this time around it's not like Train where, you know, they only found the majority of their rounds in the closing 6 or so. And I'm starting to think to myself, you know, what kind of CT side are we going to see out of Ghost? I don't know if it'll be afforded much aggression. Right now it's JKS on the cleanup. Easy 3-piece. That is a 9th for the Renegades, and they are gunning for the double digits in the opening 15.
Pretty nuts, pretty nuts. One more round here in this half. Get that full buy up on the board. Talked about the continuation of game plan, but lost it somewhere along the way. Don't know if the Ghost made it an initiative for themselves to go out mid one more time. I would like to see that happen. Seems like starting the round early is going to be very important. Not necessarily slow, but just making sure that they are getting out middle in specific. From there, they can get a lot done. Renegades like to give it up, and when they don't, they get punished. And, you know, they want to think about that too much without being one-dimensional as well. So it's important that they go through the thoroughfare. I don't know if that's the correct word, thoroughfare. It's just kind of like go through all of the regular tests. We'll look that up later. But here it is. Yeah, they go to mid.
Fast one red already. Neptune down and successful.
Damn.
Shades the face faster, but there is also the boost up. Jacob will cut back the man advantage. 4v4, and look at this aggressive stance from Liaz. He goes right into A main. Yeah. Not yet spotted, but there is a player right there. Boost up.
1 health.
Sometimes it's not even fair.
Not even fair. I mean, Kuster probably would have died to the Molotov after killing him, so there's that.
Anytime someone has 1 health, I just want to see a direct impact kill.
Right.
We've been blessed with 2 these last couple of weeks.
Getting greedy, aren't we?
Yeah, give me one a third.
Make it a flash or some other type of hardware.
Yeah, we saw what? Smoke
and incendiary. I've never seen a Molotov icon, have you?
No.
It's very cool. I wonder if they cheaped out and just made it incendiary.
Yeah. Fairly well, Neptune. And Wardell.
And Wardell. He missed the shot.
Jacob's
that was
having
a little bit of a sitter. I don't know how Wardell pre-fired it, but maybe completely out of adrenaline. Maybe needs to reach out to Hunter S. Thompson to find some adrenochrome.
Whoa. Talking about being caught out, there goes Jacob. Subrosa's on for the clutch. 15 seconds. Gonna have to play it quick, and Gratisfaction's got himself the cover of the forklift, but that smoke grenade actually told him where he was, and now Subrosa knows he's inside the site. If Gratisfaction misses the op shot, he only has the sidearm, and Subrosa's up above, trying to spray down. He'll take it. That's a 6th for Ghost off the frag of Yassine.
Man, I was wondering, did it make sense to smoke there when he wasn't sure if Subrosa could hear him, but he ran up the forklift? If he had made absolutely no noise, then there was a chance that he could have just waited in that corner, been fine, just shot him as he came out, or hit it forklift, waited for him to plant or whatever. Subrosa did what he had to do.
Yeah, gets the job done. I mean, he kicks off the half with a fantastic pistol round, in fact. 4 kills in that one. And then he clutches out the 6th one for Ghost in the very last round on top of it. So it's not double digits for Renegades in the first half, but with a pistol round, they are looking to soar above and beyond. I'm excited. I almost kind of expected Ghost to maybe run away a bit more, but I'm happy that Renegades are giving us a close contest.
You mean the other way around? Renegades are... You thought they would Renegades would walk away with him a bit more?
No, I thought Ghosts were going to have a more substantial edge.
Oh, true. Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Renegades really just came all the way back. Wow.
And that's the thing as well, is like if Renegades are going to start picking up wins over top of Ghost, then I can't wait to see them play the likes of NRG, Liquid, because that's when they're going to be facing their truest of tests.
Yeah, definitely won't be easy. That'll be curious.
Too bad we won't be around for it.
That's true. We'll have to leave it in the hands of the crummy EU casters.
Yeah. Stinky Hugo Byron.
It's only something you could say to a good friend.
Of course. I mean, that's what
You got to be honest with your friends.
I don't like friends that can't, you know,
Don't have a
poke
pungent
jabs
odor.
at one another.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
Don't have a pungent odor.
Oh, yeah, no, I like them smelling.
It's one of the best ways to remember something or someone by the way they smell. Or by the way they stink.
Sorry, what was that guy's name? You know, the one that smells like cheese and toothpaste? Oh, yeah, cheese and toothpaste guy. Oh, what an awful combo that would be.
That would be disgusting.
Not as bad as toothpaste and orange juice.
A mint. It'd be like a mint. Yeah, because it's like a minty. You say orange juice?
Yeah. You ever brush your teeth and have OJ?
Yeah, there's like some science behind why that's the absolute worst thing to drink after having toothpaste.
Is the acidity?
Something to do with the citrus.
Welcome back. Second half here between Renegades and Ghost. Looks like Renegades are pretty favored here in our live Betway odds. But you never know until it's over.
Two Bissels for Ghost. That would be sad times for Renegades. They really earned their way into that first half.
Another pistol for Ghost would, again, give them all 4 this evening.
They've refreshed their mana quad. Neptune's actually here on double duty to watch the mid split, but there's no one there.
Yeah, Renegades, they get that 5v4, and then they're going to flip a new page in this book. Do something different. It's going to involve a heavy mid presence, maybe. Or at least one on the boost.
I like it very much. Smoke to Z. Is that smoke to Z? Bounce hard off the wall. And then where do they go? Do they go to B or do they go to A? Looks like they're going for a B split right now. Crossing. USP shots. Are they any good? One is. Second shot. Can't connect. But Sabrosa, did he do enough?
It's hard to hold that position because the kind of natural hill just offsets the headshot level.
Oh my god.
Steel's just tapping, trying to find skulls, but nobody walked out until his magazine was dry. So bomb plant here for Renegades, and they will fade away into B main. Ghost attempt to entry from the lower side of CT spawn. They do have no heaven presence until that last man comes over. Even then, it's just all trickling inwards. Finally, we get some trade frags back. It's Neptune versus JKS, and he's inside checkers. Neptune cannot get him. So now the health advantage plays heavily into the favor of the Aussie.
Whoa.
Still, Neptune playing around these corners. He just can't find him. This is savage.
Damn. Yeah, there's not a lot he could do there. JKS spamming his dead body.
Rude.
DM.
But I'm all for it.
Me too. More of it. More of it. We want more. Let's get heated. Renegades probably pretty upset. Their first really hard loss of the season. Handed to them by Ghost Gaming last game, and now they have won a half. But then they also have won a pistol. 6 rounds away from closing this up. Full eco for Ghost. It all starts here.
What if Counter-Strike was like the UFC, and teams could jump each other after matches?
After matches?
Yeah.
That would make winning and losing a whole lot different. Like if you don't get jumped by a certain Virtus Pro would be the best team in the world, because why would you ever want to win against them if Snacks could jump you at the time?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, they still got Pasha. They still got heavy hitters. Snatchy is kind of like
smaller Snacks.
This is a little bit smaller, yeah, but he's still probably enormous. Snacks is the biggest person I've ever met, probably. No, Mouseboy coach is bigger, but or not
Have you
coach,
ever met
manager.
Big? Have you ever met Biggs? Biggs manager?
Oh, is it Biggs manager?
Yeah,
I'm
Biggs
thinking of Big
coach.
manager. Yeah,
that's a large man.
He used to play basketball.
Like if I stand next to him, we are not the same species.
Not the same human.
I am something far inferior.
That is an ubermensch.
You know, put me next to Hugo, I look manly. Put me next to this guy, that's a whole new world. So the pistols that we were willing to write off have actually managed to find a bit of impact, but Steel cannot connect the follow-up Deagle. Still gets one. That's a little something, something. Considering they had nothing.
T-side would be a real test for the Renegades. Like to see how they do. I don't know what we saw from Ghost because they had such a big win over MIBR. If they really had to run the gamut. Run the gamut or gambit?
Run the gambit.
Gambit. On CT side. Is gamut a word?
Gamut?
Yeah. Like, God gamut. Dang gamut.
No.
Okay. I was thinking with 2 M's. No?
No.
Probably not.
It's definitely gambit. A chess opening in which a player risks one or more pawns.
Say that again. Oh, G-A-M-U-T. It is a word. Gamut. What is this? A whole series of recognized musical notes. An entire range of series. Oh, so they do run the gamut. It is.
Oh, okay.
So what's so yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Azur's got a 4K.
He's on for the ace, and he deserves it. He's looked sick this year. Oh, come on.
Don't you run, Steel.
Can't run from a desperado. Oh, he throws the illusory smoke to the right. Oh, Azur calls it.
It's a good attempt.
Yeah.
We'll give him an 8.5.
Sure. I like that. That's very fair.
You can't get 10 without the ace.
No, you need to hold ace to get the 10. Wow.
Almost finds gratisfaction, but no, sir. That's only 2 casualties for Renegades. So in a gun round that unfolded faster than even some of the pistol rounds we've seen, that one just flew into the A-bomb site. Let's take a second to appreciate what happened because I wasn't really watching.
We were talking about definitions of words and yeah, clean entries. Oh, no business getting that one.
No, Sabrosa just gets wrecked. Give the man a chance, and, well, that's what will happen. And on top of that, it's not just a one-round affair, but look at the result of that win. Renegades have pushed Ghost Gaming.
Dude, that was a nade that killed his pros on the cross.
The brain. Still a good old stack here from the CT side. Playing off with a minimal amount of a purchase will still cut this into the 2 versus 2. And Wardell, one tap with that USP will kill Azur. Can't manage it.
Just so close. Just so close. Would have been a 2v1. On the other side, and Steel does spot one with the scout. Oh! Liaz almost took one in the brain.
Close headshot. I mean, that right there is 37 health combined between the last 2 remaining players. So there was more of a fight in that round.
Look at that.
Than in the full buy prior. Good frag there. It was the grenade and bit of damage in unison from the AK-47.
So, crazy entry from Azur in the previous rifle rounds. What do Renegades have in store from us? I'd like to just take an inventory of the types of rounds that we see from a team on T side. And so far, we haven't seen much from the Renegades. We know they like A, at least a little bit. Good early damage. Delta Rosa gets out mid, spins around for 1. Can he make it? Oh, it's actually 3 kills. All with the M4.
Okay.
Didn't even have time to call that second. Where he made it a spray transfer to remember.
Looking for more, but no. Liaz is going to catch him. Cut him down early. Now, all the while, obviously, because of that heavy mid-frag, we've got Steel pushed up into B main. We've got the squeaky play as well here from Ghost Gaming. So that is 2 AWPs trying to pinch the extremities and catch a rotation. But Renegades could actually avoid this situation by utilizing mid.
He could, yeah. The thing is, from Steel spot, that's why it's so good. It's if they come out of vents, he can spot them and shoot them. They also are less likely to clear it. Oh my god, Wardell misses, or no, sorry, Wardell gets his shot. And someone else who is offing, whose name is Steel, on the A site. No, I missed that. Skusa, I guess it was one boosted up. This is one hell of a flank, but it's only a USP.
Gonna repeat that. No need. Gratisfaction just gets his brains blown out. And Wardell from the behind. Look at a 7th for Ghost. So, Renegades, still a substantial lead. 6 rounds over.
Look at this spin move.
Woo! Nice. That 3rd one's icing on the cake.
Crazy.
Two
Just way too nice with that. And all alone and pushed up. Nowhere to hide. Doesn't kill them all, he dies. Attack timeout from the Renegades. To go over strategy. It's probably a good time to do it. Ghost win that pretty good round, and they've got to decide what the next step is. They hit A once, it worked out. Not so great at mid. Ghosts have amassed a bit of funding from that previous round. And the op has a great spawn, as we can see from the third-person view. Where does he go? Over towards B, it seems like. Steel gonna drop down out of heaven. Post up on this angle. The rest of the map is fortified. Couple of deagles on the board. Maybe to make it seem like they don't have much. Wardell opens his door. They're gonna know it, but they're also willing to just go ahead and fight. They can afford to lose people just because now that, like, JKS can get a gun.
Or everyone other than JKS can get a gun. He's still going to be equipped with the Deeg. 17-9 currently.
It's a good Molotov if they just go for a light split out A. They've got lots of nades left over, so not really a bad, terrible spot.
Actually, so many grenades.
Oh, the reboost into mid. That's quite cheeky.
Weas playing patient. Wardell just on the other side. If Azur spots this and dies, then you'd think Liaz could make something of it. But Wardell just lurks his way back around the corner. Sinks into the safety.
Wardell's really great on these wide swings. He'll peek out a little bit wider than he needs to.
Incendiary's down, smoked in the face as well. Kusa, Neptune. Whoa! What a stomp. Nobody even gets past the cross. JKS now has to do it all. And all the while, Wardell's waiting for his chance to strike in from behind. Whoa. Never even needed. Good play from Ghost Gaming there. The moment Renegades try to execute in, Ghost just swarmed them back. Fighting fire with fire.
It's a good way to do it. Never understood that adage, actually. Fighting fire with fire.
So picture it this way, right? If you have a wildfire roaring in one direction, and you light a fire
to burn the rest of the forest, and then...
Well, yeah, that's it, as it runs out of fuel, right? And the two fires will just combine and burn themselves up.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
It's a firefighting tactic.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know? That's why firefighters are actually all just pyromaniacs.
So, but let's say that you, I mean, like, let's say that isn't the whole point to save the what remains of the forest?
Well, sometimes you save more.
Sometimes you save more,
the fire.
but you start the fire a little bit earlier, and then.
You know?
Okay, but so you know where it ends.
It's like
you choose where it ends.
Yeah, it's like, you know that know that ingrown toenail you had? Well, if you didn't cut off your toe, you would have lost your whole foot, Mohan.
Oh wow, and that's why I always lean over to the side now when I'm trying to walk around. But at least I have my life.
Yeah, you've got a bit of swagger in your step.
That's why I'm so cool, actually. Because I fought fire with fire.
Because you have 9 toes.
Or is your big toe a toe, just like your thumb isn't a finger?
No, it's definitely not.
Okay.
It's an appendage, not a limb. Goodbye, pistol players. Neptune's got himself 3, nothing further. Eventually, those pistol arrows overwhelm, but then Wardell's here to trade right back. Can he get the second? Oh! 12 bullets, never enough. Or 11. Or 12. Yes, 12.
Quick muffs.
So Ghost starting to make something of this CT side.
It's going to be a long game, Connor. It's going to be a long game.
Yep. I thought it was going to be the stomp from Renegades, but I think we're getting back into the train territory here, Mohan.
But will it be the pistol that makes the difference, actually? Renegades at least got a little small lead off of that. Only a few mistakes that Ghost can make. Before it costs him the map. Jacum. Hold up in A main.
Hold up.
Player behind him, Grass Faction. Little wide swing, and I don't know. Oh, whoa, Wardell goes back from. Oh my god, imagine. Just imagine, dude. That was like.
Yeah, spam me. This is what you get. No, it's Sabrosa with the 3rd, Steal the 4th. I mean, Wardell, not only did he have to trade that first player who peeks into A main, but to get the follow-up, to anticipate the second. He's being the difference maker yet again. At least in this round he will. And it is Sabrosa to get a second double for Ghost Gaming. So that is double digits here on the CT side. Renegades was still a 3-point lead, but that's not as impressive when you remember once upon a time it was 7.
That's true. The lead diminishes. And again, it's starting to feel like Ghosts are just looking very, very solid. Renegades back on a save. And yeah, the T side for Cash for the Renegades, new territory. CT side looked fantastic. I mean, we know how good Ghost Gaming's T side can be. And yeah, sure, they made some mistakes, but Renegades really had a good showing. But new beast here on T side. They are getting melted as they try to enter sites. B main smoke. This is a good smoke to wait for to pop through it.
Rosa, top fragger right now for Ghost, and he does commit to the spray down for that second kill.
Oh, good Molotov.
Not going to deny the plant.
But it will do a lot of damage. Oh.
Loses half his health, and that's the one player who's actually upgraded into an AK, so very important for Steel to kind of curb his health. Now the big question is, how do you get inwards? Liaz laying down the law, denies Wardell anything further. Then he's lost his head, and oh man. Neptune with the close execution, pushes it onto JKS. It is just headshots across the kill feed, all to the favor of Ghost. 11-13, 2-point lead, and round after round, they lose that advantage.
Yeah, and they did keep 3 alive, but it was an eco, so Renegades at least get the plant out of it. Looked very competitive. And Steel was like, oh, you're saving? Yeah, me too. Comes out with a P250. Let's do this, man. Just why not? Boop, boop. Doinked.
Big doinks and Amish.
What's that?
Smoking big doinks and Amish.
I didn't know.
You know that internet meme?
No. What's that? Do you have time to explain it, or?
No.
Okay, no time to explain it. Maybe next round.
Flashbang, no point of contact. Nobody actually for the CTs outside of this smoke. They are boosted over, could give them vision. Looking to exploit that slight opportunity.
They want to go B. They want it so bad.
But they're going to have to get past some Rosa. Oh, again, he manages 2 kills. And Steel is right there to trade straight away. Although a player goes through the flames and the smoke. But little did he know, Steel was ready for him. So Gratisfaction last man up, and down he goes too. This is Ghost with one hell of a spree on the CT side. Mohan, this is now their 6th in a row.
6 in a row. And we know what streaks can cause. Actually, no, we don't, because Renegades lost after they got theirs. But Ghost Gaming are a different team, so there's no point using that chain logic to apply to them. Instead, we'll look at this game as a map on an island on its own, where it deserves its own analysis that is unique to this match specifically.
If you had to live on an island, stranded.
Yeah, I would take a copy, probably watch The Office, just because that's the most rewatchable series. And Curb Your Enthusiasm is my favorite show of all time.
I was going to ask you which pro player you'd bring with you.
None of them. I don't know what.
None of them?
Probably Steel.
He is pretty smart.
Well,
I'm trying to think
I wasn't even thinking about escaping. I was just like, who do I want to hang out with?
Oh. Yeah. No, I came at it from a different angle.
The smartest.
I'm trying to think which of these pro players actually has survival skills. I feel like some of the Aussies would.
Steel's very like he knows stuff.
Practical.
Yeah. Like yeah, he's a very practical person in real life as well. He's like one of the few non-man-childs in esports.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else maybe has real life skills. I think Stanislaw.
Stanislaw definitely.
And Skadoodle could probably build stuff.
I feel like Skadoodle from Iowa on the farm has learned to use his hands to do creative things that you couldn't learn unless you lived and grew up in the same place as him.
Iowa. Whoa, be careful, dear Kusta. Actually, even caution can't save you now. Good bank nade and good chip damage there from Liaz. 5v4 established. Renegades, as we said, it's been 6 in a row now for Ghost. Gunning for a 7th. We've seen Wardell from this position find heavy impact, but this time he has his head ripped off. Neptune, next up from Forklift. Players coming inwards, and he will deny the first point of entry, but cannot manage to find a second while blind. So a 3v2 here for Renegades, and a plant on A you'd expect, except for the fact that the bomb's cut down and stuck behind the fork.
Oh, wow.
So,
what happens there? Oh, Flash comes in from Steel, but I don't know if that was like what they needed. Oh my god, what a pickup. And there's a player right behind him in Z who is going to flank. I mean, there's no way he figures this out, right? He should just continue with the flank for sure.
What if he gets around the corner?
Yeah, that was too much. He didn't spot him at mid, so that was the end of that. I was going to say that the player to bully right now for the Renegades is Kusta, but the problem is that, like, alternatively, Wardell is having a great CT side, not having a great map overall, but he's come back quite a bit, and he's playing the A site with him, so I don't know if it's Kusta's time, but if they don't pick it up now, Renegades, you know, again, very few mistakes that can be made at this point to go for Ghost, even though they're looking so good.
Over goes Sabrosa. Kusta actually roasts Jacob all the while. They make this mid play happen, and then it's caught. What a crucial kill from Liaz.
Insane. I don't even know how he was so ready for that. Steel spots one crossing. His opping has been fantastic. JKS notices that there could be a threat in the vent, but says he know about Steel.
I just realized it was actually Liaz from Squeaky Door that killed Sabrosa. So he saved his teammate at a crucial moment. Just like Steel may have just saved this round by cutting this into the 3v2.
This would be a reset, I think. Oh my god. Oh!
Wow. That's not supposed to happen. He runs into the flames.
They didn't want that. They did not want that. They did everything they were supposed to do. In Counter-Strike school, they teach you, if you come into B, you smoke CT, you molly heaven, you get in the site where you start clearing these angles, you worry about headshot, think about the site. Nope, this round you get collaterals from heaven.
The only thing hotter than the fire was the collateral shots.
You can do a victory lap in CS school and you don't know what you did wrong.
Hot damn. What a way to break Renegades as well. Look at the cash off the back of that. I mean, in that 3vx scenario, Steel just cuts down everyone who remained.
Yeah, now they're back on the save. It's the hard reset. Is that what you just said?
What?
Hard reset?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Are you repeating my
I was
analysis?
just reiterating. I didn't even rehash it, though. I tried to say it. I would have tried to say it a different way, but it only occurred to me. It's one of those memories that, like, I was listening, but then I held it in my mind to synthesize it afterwards. But then once that time came, I had already said the word that I was going to try to avoid.
Stop trying to copy my homework.
I'm sorry.
Supposed to change the answers a little bit.
Don't sit so close to me. You write so big, Connor. You write so big.
It's not my fault I'm cheating, he says. Renegade's really trying to play some time here, but the sad reality is once they make a move, they're probably doomed. I mean, hell, they don't even have a flashbang, Mohan.
Not even a flash. Destitute.
Another collateral?
Why not? This would be a good time to do it. Oh, run boost. Oh, never mind.
Just one. Goes for the repeat, has support in the close corner. Sabrosa is going to give Steel that safety, swapping the sidearm, and he's even picking up some further kills.
Wow.
What an easy cleanup here from Ghost. So, we're either going the distance on both these maps using 30 rounds,
yep,
or it's overtime ×2.
Overtime again, back to back. That kind of messes with both their scores, right? Because you can only get 1 point in OT? Or
I believe so.
Yeah, so maybe it's not good for either
I'm not
of them,
sure
but
if
it's
an overtime,
much better for Ghost.
I'm not sure if an overtime win counts as much as a regular win, but I know that an overtime loss does count for more.
Yeah, I think it might be 2 and 1 point.
Yeah.
I feel like it should, I don't know. Yeah.
Feel like we should read the rule book?
Probably should know the rules, yeah. Definitely. This is where we're not exactly phoning it in, but we're playing it by ear.
Doing it live.
Doing it live.
That's another great YouTube clip.
You mad? Remember You Mad?
Nope.
Cameron.
I can't believe you've done this. It's another classic.
Just go over the YouTube clips. What was the other one? Amish?
Big Doinks and Amish?
Big Doinks and Amish. Oh wow, Wardell. Did he make an appearance at B? Oh whoa, Sabrosa just coming down. He is on fire, man.
Yeah, but this is a rapid round. Look at the pace of the trades. Renegades fade away. They don't want anything to do with this B site, and if they play it fast enough, they may actually find Ghost Gaming floundering an opportunity here because they've also just cut down the mid play. Now the doors are open for Renegades. They could head either direction. Ghosts know they have to get back up into A, but how do you hold the E box with a Molotov and an M4 dealing the damage? Neptune does get one with him.
They're gonna go for the plant. He's gonna die planting, huh?
If it lands on the right spot.
Oh, he dies.
And now it's all JKS, 3 HP the difference, 2 targets to take, and they're both coming in from the very same angle. JKS just needs some killer headshots, and the smoke blocks him off. They could anticipate the walkout, but do they expect him to be on that edge of the smoke? He's gotten himself Wardell, but Steel clears beneath. The op is saved, as is the round. That is Ghost with a 15th to the board.
Welcome to the clutch. Damn, and JKS was so low, had such a good effort. It was known that he was going to try to abuse that side of the smoke, but still made the most of it, getting that first bullet headshot, and then Steel just spamming in and beneath him. And we don't know what it looked like from his perspective, but that was some pretty good closeout right there. So now we're into a tactical timeout for the Renegades. They've really got to cool off at the moment. That was a hectic round, man. That was a great Molotov or incendiary from Neptune as he jumped and bounced through it.
Two great Molotovs. The one down from Neptune that, you know, kind of creates the hassle there on
that just barely catches his Liaz as he tries to get away.
It didn't kill him during the plant, you know? It killed him as he tried to escape. It just spread beneath his
just
feet.
Fast enough.
Nipped at his heels.
I thought he was safe, you know? He was in the air. He was out of there. But not quite. Look at this tree. It's not even the bottom of the tree. We're just halfway up the tree. Looking like it's planted. We don't play this game because it's beautiful, Connor.
Nope, we do not. I mean, most people don't even play on standard settings.
No.
Imagine that.
Yeah, this game is hashtag no makeup. Unlike us.
Everything you see is fake here. The beauty of TV, right, Launders?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually way skinnier in person.
All right. A tense standoff here in the 30th.
I think we're going to OT, boys. What do you think?
You know what? I'm going to say it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Or we're going to cast this round as if we're going to go to OT.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Overtime, overtime, overtime.
Oi, oi, oi.
A little bit of utilities. Renegades ready to burst out. I feel like this could catch Ghost by surprise. And keep note of the man of Kusta, who's actually up above the forklift. He's going to be on full display. Cannot handle the push out, and neither will Wardell. He's the only player on the A site to actually find much of anything. So 3 versus 3 with the bomb down. Overtime's looking likely. And Liaz up close to the faces of Steel. But 2-on-2 ensues. And they're going to continue in from truck. We've got Renegades over towards A main. Another one over towards the back of quad. Smoke up close prevents Ghost from really making this one rapid. Now they've been blindsided. A peek out of nowhere from JKS. Never saw it coming. And maybe neither did Ghost. This A site succeeds. Nicely done from Renegades, pushing us to OT.
Of all rounds, they pull out this one, round 30. Really didn't think they actually end up in OT, but they managed it. That's kind of nuts. They had a good couple of entries, Liaz and Azur, combined for 2, and that was awesome. It looks like they're looking at different spots. And oh, this is Azur in the previous rounds, but what a match so far, huh?
What a series.
What a series.
These two teams, first and second place. Overtime in both maps.
Over 60 rounds we're going to witness in these 2 maps.
Can you truly say who's better? Or is it really
yeah,
just
I don't
tonight?
know, man. If you keep it, yeah, I have no idea. It's a good question. What do you think? Who's better?
Everyone's the same, Mohan.
At the end of the day, we're all cut from the same cloth. We both go, the king and the pawn go in the same chess box.
It's true, actually. If you were a chess piece, which one would you be?
The king. I like over a pawn, or just in general?
Yeah, just in general.
The queen is the best piece, so.
Yeah?
By far.
You look good in a dress.
Thank you. See me on the weekends, as I said.
I'd be a knight.
Maybe I could be the young thug of CSGO commentary and wear dresses on broadcast.
Hey man, that's someone's gonna have to break through that territory.
Exactly. I would love to be a trailblazer.
We need these firsts. But this is no first, it's a second overtime, in fact. Goodbye, JKS. And Wardell on the other extremity. That double op setup from Ghost Gaming, hitting both Squeaky and B main. So, it's the wide pinch that pays off into the 5 versus 3.
That should be all she wrote at this point, but somehow they are able to find Kusta, immediately traded back by Sabrosa, and we're right back to that same sentiment. Looking tough here, fighting for main lane. They've got to fight for an opening. Neptune is just getting in their faces. Op shots missed from both sides, but no one cares. Gratisfaction knows it's over. Ghost Gaming know it's over. He can't get out. He can't leave. It's the Roach Motel.
He just got smoke in his face. Like, if there was ever a chance, it was going to come from an op peak, and now he doesn't even, he can't even try.
Now they won't even fight him. You had your chance, they said. Now the door is closed. Oh my gosh.
And he's being just pummeled through the smoke. Can't even see them. How do you fight back versus something you can't see?
Pacifist mode, throw the flag. Call it a day. And
Don't die after time, my friend. There you go.
because, yeah, that would have been the most tragic thing for sure.
Especially as the opera.
They could have waited, actually. 10 seconds. Would have been out in no man's land. Why not? Bunch of nice guys on the server. Sabrosa, 31 kills. Kusta, if he gets to double digits, it's way less noticeable.
That's true.
It stands out so much. We've all been in that pub.
Just get 10 and everyone will forget.
Everyone will forget.
It's actually Sabrosa.
Damn, we played bad. We played bad, not you.
Steel, picking it up.
Trying to change the conversation.
Standard passive setup. Renegades not playing as quick as they were in certain rounds of regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame them. The stakes are higher in OT.
Way higher. Every round could be your last. Not literally. Late mid take. Or again.
With a multi-boost.
We don't typically have too much tension here at mid. Later on in the round, they're re-smoking. Less common thing to do. And whoa, wow, they really just assumed. Okay. I don't know how that molly doesn't spread far enough to. Oh, help! Neptune's here. Whoa! What?
Look at
Where did the
those
second nade come
frags.
from?
A magical place.
Where? They threw one over the boost, right? But like, where the? I don't know. We don't have the answers. Bless you.
Thank you. Wardell's feeling pressure from multiple directions, but not A main. That's where you had a teammate actually move forward. So because they have that info, they're more so prepared for a B hit, and it is looking good. Sabrosa from up above gets himself a second. Lias now trying to mow them down through smoke, but he needs to go back for bomb, and time is the issue. Runs in to attempt to plant, and that is it. A 17th for Ghost. I mean, Renegades capable of getting these matches into overtime, but once we hit that point, Launders, it seems to fall apart.
Yeah, it's
The
Okay.
white box. Sabrosa was in Z.
Oh, he did go Z. Okay, that's great from him. Wow, that's not an easy nade to hit from Z. That is a tough lineup. So, wow, quality grenade. Definitely a huge reason they were able to win. And even did, like, finished off the player, alley-ooped himself, because he was up there in heaven spraying down these low HP players. Wardell, this is going to be an easy round. They're not going to get off. It doesn't look like they might do it. Squeaky gets open and closed.
Just over the red box now. Dinks are connecting, but no one's pushing through the smoke. Instead, they're wrapping around, and Wardell needed to hit that shot. It looks like Jacob's got them at least one here to the T side. Unless Steel comes in with a... and reveals himself. But if P250 can still get this first one, Jacob's down. And Steel now, just with two bodies ahead, knows there's one in Fork. However, it's Gratisfaction for the top of the box to get him. So, 2 rounds to the favor of Ghost on that CT side. A lifeline for Renegades as they have to clean sweep the defensive in OT for the win.
And Ghost got to, I think it was like 13-7 or something like that. Or no, Renegades. They were the ones who came back huge on that. So it's pretty big ratio-wise. It feels like Renegades winning that one round is massive because now we move into the second half. Ghost had a significantly worse T side compared to Renegades. And so we'll see if this is Renegades' map to lose. We don't know. Ghost only have to win 2 games. Or two rounds in total to be able to win. But we'll see. We'll soon find out. I personally don't know who to give the favor to. I'd say this is dead even. In my opinion, this goes to another OT by the looks of the way the first and second half have gone in regulation. but maybe we'll find a new Ghost. A Ghost whose T-side is more akin to the Ghost T-side that we saw versus MIBR as opposed to the T-side we saw versus Renegades. Maybe Renegades just have their number. I don't have all the answers. Connor is speechless.
I was having my mic fixed. Don't you throw me under the bus, Launders. The figurative, metaphorical bus.
Muerto.
Muerto.
Muerto. I don't know what that means.
Muerto? I think it means the dead.
It's the beginning part of
you have
Muerto Forestwell.
Dia de los Muertos?
Day of the Dead?
Yeah, Day of the Dead. It's a big Mexican celebration.
Is that how you say that? Dia, what did you say?
I'm not going to say it again. Just in case. Yeah, Dia de los Muertos.
Okay.
Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, it's coming up?
Yeah, November 2nd.
Yeah, right after Halloween.
Imagine that.
That's like the much more corny version of this.
Yeah. Did you know, I think, I'm pretty sure that, like, you know, our idea of Halloween with, like, trick-or-treating and
has
kids
nothing
everywhere,
to do with...
I think it's a very North American thing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Pretty sure it has something to do... there's something to do with... actually, I think it's like an Irish holiday. It has nothing to do with ghosts.
The glorified version that we see nowadays is just a product of consumerism, like most holidays to North Americans.
You're such a buzzkill sometimes, Connor. I just want to go out and get some candy from my neighbors.
You're the kind of guy that goes to the store after Halloween and buys up all the 50% off,
candy, baby.
Don't you?
I don't do that, no.
No? I could see you having one of those like big stashes of chocolate bars in your closet.
You know what? I buy it at full price because I support capitalism.
Your favorite chocolate bar is a Mr. Big, right?
No, that's a decent chocolate bar for sure, but it's probably Snickers 100%.
That's good. Good. We can still be friends.
When I was a kid though, wouldn't buy a Snickers just because it was too short. So I always knew that it was like really value packed because it was so like dense, but it was so short. And since I'm a kid, I saw things very one-dimensionally. I was like, there's no way that this is worth it over a Mr. Big.
Yeah, it's literally called Big.
It's in the name.
Of course, we are just waiting for the ping spikes of the Renegades to go down, folks. So
but
it's not a massive issue.
That Mr. Big was used as like a marketing technique to trick children. I still appreciate the flavor overall.
Yeah.
And it's still just a good chocolate bar.
Yeah, it has a good crispiness to it. But I'm pretty sure they're a Canadian thing.
And sometimes we pay for the space between the chocolate. A little bit of negative space is never bad.
Like
Arrow, big one.
Which are also known as Mirages elsewhere, I believe.
And for me, I think pound for pound turtles are a great chocolate.
Yeah.
The problem is that you only get like 3 pieces.
I used to be the kid that would take, you know, with a Reese's cup, so you get 3 in a pack.
Oof, Reese's cups.
I'd unpack all of them and shove them in my mouth at the same time.
I can't
just,
think
like,
of. Oh my god!
Slurp on the chocolatey peanut butter mess.
You were spoiled. You must have grown up rich or something, because how can you?
No, I mean that's the point. That's why I did Halloween, because you get free stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, me and my dad, we'd map out routes.
Nice.
He definitely enabled me when it comes to Halloween.
I don't remember what I would used to dress up as. Camilla asked what I was going to be for Halloween, and I said a CSGO commentator. Scariest thing I could think of.
Job insecurity.
Yeah, right?
3-day work weeks.
Yeah, our life is so difficult. What would you dress up as? What are you going to dress up as this year?
A princess.
Oh, nice. Get to live out your
No,
fantasies.
I would dress up as I wanted to dress up with my girlfriend, do like a couple's Halloween costume.
Oh, you know, it was so funny. I saw someone do it with their girlfriend.
What?
It was hashtag. One was hashtag filter and one was hashtag no filter, and it was like, you know, the girl all dolled up, and then it was her boyfriend just looking
like
hairy and thick.
Yeah. That's good, actually. We were gonna be Waluigi and Toad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not that there's any correlation between them, but she's just kind of a toad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just inside, just inner self. Toad's very cute.
And helpful, more importantly. Oh, Wardell, that's the wall bang into
the one.
Z.
He did it.
Nice. This is just like yesterday when we saw Nafly use the SG in a crucial round to just ding a guy through dust mid doors. Like,
Round
that's
30.
the equivalent. You're right out of the gates. You're finally back. Your ping's gone. And so is
And then it doesn't matter how much ping you have. I wish you had that high ping, so you would have been in a different place running into Z.
Wow, what a turning point. And again, in a crucial round as well.
Crucial. They need 2 to win. And T-side was the difficult part for them, so an open 5v4 like that. No trade in sight. Could be all they need.
Jacob's still in a power play position here in the counter boost with players inbound. Kusta, be prepared, my friend, or you're going to get a face full of 5.56.
Jacob is definitely having a better game than Kusta. Kusta doesn't seem prepared for this whatsoever. Oh no, that's a double. Oh my god, he makes it 3.
Big multi-frag. That's a crucial one as well. Again, we just said at the power play position, and it pays off. It pans out.
5v4, it's a 2v4.
But Sabrosa does still get the best of him, so this round is possible for Ghost.
Typically, you don't want to like go to mid late or try to retake mid on Cash. It's not that easy, but with your teammate there, maybe it would have made sense for them to try to fight with him. I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't expect him to come out, but now it's just JKS. That could be it. No, not a good nade. Oh, yes, a great nade.
Gets the timing. They just walk right back onto a landmine even. But he doesn't expose himself to that second player, so very good job from JKS to just isolate the peak and buy time for the rotation to come over. Clean sweep after they managed to pick up some kills there. Renegades, thanks to Jacob, stay alive.
Waldell in the fold.
I would have liked to see that with X-Ray, for the record.
He was actually right where the crosshair.
Oh, I want to see it unfold, though, Mohan. I want to see him walk into his death. Destroyed. Flashes out middle. Ghost Gaming going to try to take advantage of these positions already, and they will. Liaz just caught completely off guard. Sabrosa trying to continue the success of regulation here in OT. Throws out all his utilities. Empties the belt. And continues on his expedition up highway. That pressure could actually pull the rotation from Gratisfaction back, because he was going to head over towards the B site, which would be the right call. Look at the majority of Ghosts prepared to hit this.
If they wait long enough, you know, maybe Renegades get scared of the fallback. Yeah, it seems like B is still the best place to go. But they're kind of doubting themselves. Oh, this could get weird.
Dodges the flash. That's 2 rounds in a row. Kusta just killed with his back turned.
Unlucky.
Sabrosa's going to try to get up highway. Jacob caught into the open, but that's fine because he's got the cover of Gratisfaction. Renegades are looking to lock this down, but Neptune robs them back. The King of the Sea and the A-bomb site. But JKS, last man up. He's going to get pinched if Wardell continues on behind him. He's inside of Z, but if he gets around the truck, then Wardell's job is so difficult. He's stunned by the flashbang and therefore cut down. That is 18 rounds for Ghost Gaming and a single to make the difference.
That would be so terrible for Renegades if they lost about those. Well, I guess they won the last one out of, pulled it out of thin air, but this could be it. I definitely see 002 in the future just because this is the better half for the Renegades. Oh,
you know what's wild? I just actually checked the scoreboard. In both maps, it was Ghost to pick up the 30th round. No, excuse me. Okay, it would have switched for overtime. Excuse me, scorebot messed me up. The 30th round was picked up by the team who forced OT. Obviously.
Right.
But it was just one round. You know, it wasn't a spree of comebacks. It was just that one last round that made the difference. But let's wipe my mind of all that. Try to hone in on this one.
Yeah, immediately looking for some map control. Yeah, it goes out really far, but Steel abusing that little piece of cover in front of him. The protruding door frame that have been littered all across Cash.
A walk up into A main from Azert.
Do you expect this? 5v3 now. Sticking closer together with your teammates is going to be the recipe to closing out this round easily.
Ability they still have for the execution on top of a 5 versus 2 man advantage. So smoke for the cross, flashbangs follow suit. Gratisfaction, show us what you've got. Unfortunately, it's a face full of flashbang and Kusta there to split into the highway. JKS gonna have to go astronomical in this clutch, and it is never gonna happen. That is Ghost with 2 wins over top of Renegades, both of which in overtime. So these 2 titans of the ESL Pro League duking it out back and forth. But Ghost bests them twice.
Is that 9-1 for Ghost now? 9-1.
I believe so.
Yeah, unreal, man. 2 OT wins, but they'll take them. Much better than losses, and they look super sharp. I like And it feels so bad for the Renegades because they looked good. They could have won both maps. They probably should have.
That's
but
where
you could say the same about Ghost if they lost.
That's where you kind of get, you know, that extra level of upset because you came so close to besting Ghost, and that would have kind of just knocked them down a peg, pushed them down the rankings, and kept yourself clearly at the top of it. But that is not the case. So, unfortunately for Renegades, close call doesn't count. We'll throw this one over to Natu and James, and we'll see you for the next one.
Go. We're all doing it in unison. Either way, not at the end. This is like he's sick. Yeah, I don't want to do this. From 13-6, right? Yep. That's what Renegades were leading by, to losing it out in OT. Ghost showing not just their own skill and ability, but the fact that you can never count them out.
You definitely can't. I mean, if you're Renegades, you're obviously kicking yourself. You lost both maps in a fashion where you definitely had opportunities to take them. Especially the Cash, it felt to me that Renegades were looking like a dominant team. I mean, at least for me, at the point when it was like 13-6, it's more like one of those games, oh, this is going to be a boring game, you know, and the Renegades just running away with it. I was already, you know, about to praise their CT side, which is, yeah, it looked good. I have to be said, you know, they looked really solid on it, managed to nullify a lot of the Ghost executions, the way that they wanted to set up their plays. They're really good at intervening right before and finding those little tiny gaps when you can push and get that kill right before the attack comes in. Solid job there. But then it just started to fall like a house of cards.
Oh, yes, and that's exactly what ended up happening. So Ghost take a 2-0. They retain that top spot, and Renegades will have their work cut out from as they start to face tougher opposition as this season goes on.
Yeah.
And if you guys at home want to face some tougher opposition, you should be signing up at ESCA to play your Counter-Strike games. It's where you can level up your own skills and ability, and it will lead you quite nicely on to the MDL. The MDL, where that will put you, is in your greater chance to face tougher opponents and then potentially make your way up here to Pro League, where me and Natu may be talking about you and saying how good or bad you are, depending on if you deliver bot moments or star-studded moments like we saw in the games just gone. And all the players that we do see playing here at Pro League are using the i7s. They're rocking it on the Intel CPUs to make sure they get maximum FPS and pure dominance on the server. Yeah, we're not living in the old times anymore, mate. We're not having any of this low FPS. It must be 300 constant without fail, even in the poorly optimized game that is CSGO.
It's very important. Definitely, when you're spraying and a lot of things happening on your screen, making sure your game runs fluid is actually very, very essential.
Yeah, who would have thought? And maybe that's why some players still not there, so they need to get themselves one of them lovely i7s. There we are. There we have it. Got this moment. Where's that? Oh, was it Fonz, isn't it?
Which one?
Hey, he does that.
Ah, Fonz, yeah.
See.
Sorry, I'm half deaf, so
I know, yeah.
It's hard to hear.
Poor Natu is still struggling with life in general. These late night shifts, having kids as well. It's like everything's going against you at this point.
Well, such is life.
You've got me, though.
Yeah. Well, that's is it a good or a bad thing?
Wow. On that note, screw him. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be back with our final game that's going to see NRG taking on Rogue.